Hey everybody, welcome back to Pam's Cutting Board. Today we are going to make lemon cobbler. Wayne and I absolutely love anything lemon. It's our favorite flavor. We love lemon pies, lemon meringue pies around the holidays. And I made this lemon cobbler back when we first started. It got a lot of views, but I just wanted to remake it because it is a video that we made like at the beginning when we first started the channel. So I thought today would be a good day to make it. So stay with me. I'm going to turn you guys down and I'm going to show you how we make it. We are going to make lemon cobbler. Now you can buy the lemon pie filling if you want to, if your store has that or if you have it on hand, but my store doesn't carry the lemon pie filling, so I have to make it from scratch. But you know, if you have it in the can, you're certainly welcome to use that. I'm going to turn you guys down. I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. Now there are times that I make it on the stove in a saucepan and I stir on medium heat until it gets thick, but today I want to do it quick and simple, so I'm going to show you a quick way to do it. Okay. Overlooked my shirt. I've been working, so I've got bleach, and I think that is toothpaste, not sure, but anyway. So first we need 3 egg yolks, so we need to separate them. So what I do, I crack the egg and I leave the yolk in one side and then I put it in the other side until I get most of that white off of there, and it just leaves me with a pretty egg yolk. You can also do them, just let it go through your hand. And that way you're left with just the egg yolk. I'm just going to stir those up a little bit. Now we want 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. Okay, we want 1/3 and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Here's your third, and we want a tablespoon. We want 1.5 cups of water. We want 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Now if you want to fresh squeeze it, go for it. But for me, I'm going to use the bottle. You do you. You do whatever makes you happy. Stir it up good. Make sure that cornstarch is stirred up. Make sure the egg yolk is stirred up good. Been working a little bit today. I've worked at my job and then come in and worked a little bit. So I look pretty rough today. At this point, if you wanted to put it in a saucepan, put it on the stove, you can heat it like that, and you want to stir it constantly because it will stick, and once it sticks and burns, you just have to start over. There's no recovery for that. But like I said, I've worked, I'm a little bit tired, so what we're going to do is we are going to do it the quick way. We're going to put it in the microwave. Now, it'll take a total of 6 minutes. So what I do is I put it on for 4 minutes. Then when those 4 minutes are over, I'll stir it a little bit, and it'll still be really thin. Put it back in there for another 2 minutes, and it should turn out perfect. Then we'll get started on our cobbler part of the lemon cobbler. 4 minutes have passed. So let's give it a stir. See what I'm talking about? It's still really thin. Let's put it back in for another 2. See you back in 2. 2 minutes has passed. Let's see what it looks like. It's starting to get, can you see? It's starting to get a little thick. Okay. At this point, I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of butter. Now, if you done fresh lemon, if you zested or squeezed your fresh lemon, zest it first and get a little bit of that zest. Zest about 2 teaspoons of the zest. Just add it right in there right now. And if you have lemon extract, you can put about a half a teaspoon of that lemon extract. I'm out of lemon extract, so I'm not going to do that. Now that's still a little bit thin for me, so I'm going to try about 30 more seconds on here. I don't want it real thick, but I want it thick enough to where it'll be good in my cobbler. This is perfect. It's still thin, but it's thick. You can feel the resistance when you stir it. And as it cools down, it's going to get a little bit thicker too. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to start on our cobbler. Do you see this right here?
They can't see me.
He's come a bumming.
Hey, I want to thank you all for listening and watching that video that about hell. Share that with people. Honey, that's enough. That's plenty.
Is that all you want?
Well, I'd rather have
He's
it in the pie.
burning my lemon pudding.
I'd rather have it in the thing. You okay?
He's eating him a cucumber. Well, he's feeding half of it to the dogs and he's eating the other half. But I was going to tell you, those egg yolks, don't throw them out. You can make an omelet the next day, or if you're doing a pie, a lemon pie, use those for your meringue. But in our case, we're probably not going to use them, so I'm going to give them to the dogs whenever I feed them. You will want 2.5 cups of lemon pie filling. So I'm not sure how big those cans are. I've never bought the cans. I've always just made my own lemon pudding. But you'll want about 2.5 cups. And I've got my oven preheating at 350. And I've got a 9x13 baking dish in there. And I've just put a stick of butter in that pan. And while my oven is preheating, it's going to melt that butter. That's what you want. Okay. Now let's get started on the rest of the stuff. I'm going to turn you guys down and show you how I make the cobbler part. You'll want 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of self-rising flour. Now if you wanted to use all-purpose, you could, but just remember you want to add a little bit of baking powder and a little bit of salt. You'd want to add about 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt if you used all-purpose. But we're using self-rising, so we don't need to add the baking powder and the salt to it. Now, this is really good with buttermilk, but I don't have buttermilk, and I know you can put some vinegar in your milk and that will sour it. But a lot of times with cobblers, I like to use evaporated milk. It just makes it richer. So I'm going to use a cup of evaporated milk. Now if you had lemon extract, you would want to add your lemon extract to this. You'd want to add about a teaspoon or a teaspoon and a half, depending on how lemon you want it. No need to get a mixer out. All you have to do is just stir it up, get the lumps out, or most of the lumps. I don't have lemon extract, so I'm going to use vanilla. Okay. Let me go get my pan out of the oven. See how all this butter's just melted? Now you're just going to pour this mixture right in your pan. You can change this up with, this is what I use for peach cobbler or cherry cobbler. Okay. Now, this lemon pudding that we made. Here's what we want to do. We don't want to stir it. We don't want to stir it. I'm just going to spoon this lemon pie filling all over this. I know you want to stir it, but don't. And to see if it don't have enough sugar in it, you take just a little bit granulated sugar and sprinkle on top. That's just going to ensure a good crisp top. The last time we had one of these was when I made it last on the channel, which was probably 2 years ago. I mean, for holidays or special occasions, it's great, but you couldn't have this very often. Okay, now we're going to pop it in a 350-degree oven until it's golden brown on top. And you can take a spoon and kind of go here where the dough is and kind of just put it down in there and kind of pull it apart. And if it's done, the dough part is done, then your cobbler's done. I'll see how long it takes. I'm going to guess around 35 to 45 minutes, but we'll put it in the oven and see just how long it takes. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, here's the lemon cobbler. You see, I just took a spoon and kind of pulled it back to make sure the dough part was done. It took it 37 minutes, I think, in my oven. So we're gonna cut a little piece here. We're gonna have Lang taste test it. It's been cooling for a few minutes.
Where y'all been? I come in here looking for you and didn't see anybody. Oh.
What you eating there, old man?
On a serious note, I want to thank you all for watching and sharing that video about hell and what I preached. Thank you.
He was afraid nobody would watch it, so he's tickled to death. He's got good views on it.
I am. I thank the Lord. Thank you guys.
Let me see what you're eating. Turn the bowl up.
Some little beautiful woman handed me a little bowl of cobbler, just a little bowl.
Well, I'm still cooking, so I didn't want to ruin his appetite for supper, so I gave him just a couple bites. I'll try to take a nice picture and do a thumbnail.
Man.
We haven't had that in a long time.
We want to have to start every 3 months. What's on the crust?
That's just like my cherry cobbler, peach cobbler, except I did.
It's got some kind of sweet and...
It's sugar. I sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it so it would be crispy and it would brown real pretty.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So you get the tart, the sweet from the lemon.
And it's real moist.
Mm-hmm.
And
Be good with some vanilla ice
man,
cream.
somebody eat it. I don't know who it was.
We stopped to go to the store after church last night. Wayne said, I want some ice cream. We came out of there spending, what, 40 some bucks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got a cart because I know when we go in the store, it's not just one or two items. 2 thumbs up.
And a
All right.
double D.
Double D.
Double it, I take my hat off to it. Yeah, I do. Hey, it's good. It's delicious. Yeah, we had a great service last night. The people up at Standing Pentecostal, they invited us up. We went up. Haven't been with them in about 35 years.
Yeah. And if you guys are local to the Stinnett area or the Hayden area, that's a good church to go to.
A lot of people don't believe in a preacher in a wheelchair. But when I started, when I first started, and they would invite me up, let me preach. They helped me a lot.
The pastor needs prayer. His name is Junior. He needs prayer. He has some health issues, and so we appreciate you guys putting him on your prayer book. He's on ours, so just pray for him. If you have a prayer request, put it in the comments. We'll add you to our prayer book. Those of you, a few of you have commented and said that you thought you were subscribed, but you were unsubscribed. So go back and check. I don't know why it's happening, but it is happening some. So make sure you are subscribed. If not, please resubscribe. Comment, like, share. What else? Thank you guys for the views. Yes. Thank you guys for the views. All of our information is in the description box. If you need to write us a letter, send us a private email or anything like that. Wayne's just sitting there eating.
And we love you all.
Yes, we do.
I wouldn't say it if we didn't mean it. And God bless you. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
One more bite left.